brake, just down there as you can see, and it's not allowing me to come out of park. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of We've Broken the Range Rover, as there's loads of titles on that on YouTube, but we actually have broken the Range Rover. We can't move it. So today we're actually going to take this gear selector module out. And for those that haven't watched the last video, I've got a problem that I'm starting the car and I can't get out of park. And if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to insert the video clip now. And you'll see I put the foot on the brake. It literally, nothing is moving. I can get the electronic handbrake on and off, but I can't get it out of park. So I think it's the module. I'm praying it's the module. So that is our steps today. We're going to see what we can do and how we can actually undo all of this to get to this. This is going to be an interesting task. So carry on watching and we'll see if we, won't break anything. So I've just pulled the console out towards me this way, so towards the back seat, and then turned it, and I'm going to flip that. I'm going to put something on that side so I don't scratch the gloss black. But as I was looking, I found loads of stuff under here, nothing fancy, but this goes to show funeral director. So that was all legit. That was a funeral director, and that was the previous owner of this vehicle. So now we're going to do, like I said, just flip this on the side and then take this module out, which looks like 4 T20s underneath the section. Hey guys, so you join me today with the TCS, which is the gear selector for the Range Rover. We have got it out, but we've got it repaired. Have we actually fixed this thing? I mean, we've got a load of faults on the dashboard, gearbox faults, HDC. Let's show you. So we haven't actually plugged it in just yet, but our airbag light's on. We've moved the seat, so that's probably something to do with the seat, so another problem. Stability control, obviously brake pads we already had. The gearbox fault, which is probably connected because we haven't got that plugged in. We also actually have a quite a low battery as well, which might have caused these issues, but I think it's related to the TCS we've just taken off. We've got it repaired. Now we're going to get it fitted, and fingers crossed this fits, because it fits or it works. That's the main thing. It's going to fit, but there's fingers crossed it works. So if you haven't seen the last video of the Range Rover, we've got a major problem. We can't get it out of park, and I'll show you in the clip here. So yeah, now we can't get out of park. We tried to drive it and it's literally stuck. So this car is completely dead. You know, it's a massive, expensive paperweight right now, unfortunately, so we've got no choice but to fix it. The car is a complete mess. I'm going to insert the picture right now of what it looks like. I've had to pull all the center console apart and everything. Hopefully let's fix it. Let's crack on and find out. Now you just see from the time lapse there that I've just done these 4 Torx 20s in, and that just tightens that into there. I'm just going to have a look where it's sitting, just in case you have to line it up. And as you can see here, it's just slightly, me probably being a bit fussy, just slightly off. So I'm going to loosen it a little bit and just put it over, because yeah, that will annoy me. But while I'm here as well, I'm just going to lift that up again. You see all the dirt and stuff down there? I'm just going to grab the Hoover and I'm just going to just clear up all of that, purely just because I'm here. It's nice to get rid of some dirt while you're there. See all this under here, just get it gone. Now this here, this is the emergency lever, so if the car does get stuck in park or drive or whatever, this will put it into neutral for your recovery. A lot of recovery drivers will know this. If they don't, this is what they're looking for. Okay, so we started the car. Airbag light's now permanently on. Another problem we got to fix. It's definitely the seat, because I've moved the seat back. So there's a wire I know on these, and I'm going to show you that in a second, or in a minute, where that wire is. It looks like now we've plugged that TCS in, all the other faults are gone, apart from that brake pad warning, and that's the sensor. If you haven't seen the last video, go and check it out. This now plugged in, as you can see, it's popped up. I'm going to show you guys that don't have a Land Rover what that does. You see, turned it off, so that goes down. Start the car, and it comes up. A little bit techie, whatever. That's just Land Rover's way of doing it, same as Jaguar as well. And now, the problem we had before is this wouldn't come into reverse or even past park. So this is the moment of truth. It's the first time I've actually tried this. Nice. Neutral. Drive. But lovely. That feels much nicer as well, funny enough. So now what we're going to do, we're going to put everything back together, go for a test drive and see if this works, but so far it's going in reverse lovely. So we've got all the screws back in, well everyone but this one, I'll explain that in a second, but we can put all these in, put the bracket in. This one, the bit behind that you put the screw into, like the piece of, like the little trim, whatever you call it, retainer that you put the screw in and it holds it, that's disappeared at the face of the earth. And where I'm at home, I've got none of those at home, but I will have some at the unit, so we're just going to put it back together and I will put that back in because it's slightly loose, and if I hear a rattle there, that's going to drive me insane. So that's definitely going to get sorted, because I don't like stuff that rattles, especially in a car like this. I just found some jelly babies in the glove box as well, which is very bad. I'm going to eat definitely some of those. Lovely. So the next thing, we're going to put the rear section all back on. Going to line that up so then they screw into here. Line all that up. That's the rear heater control elements. Put all that back together, and then we can put this armrest back on. So we're nearly done now. Just got to put the fascia covers back on here, the ones on the side, and this one over here, which is the leather bit just sitting on the top there. Then that is all done, and then we're going to take it out for a drive and see if this does work. Fingers crossed. Right guys, so that is actually all of that now put back together. Now, I don't know if you saw on the time lapse how difficult it was just to get those silver trims in, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you see the silver trims just here. I don't know if you saw it in a time lapse, but the other side they've got little clips. Now the little clips had actually come off and gone right underneath here, and I wondered where they actually went. And when you obviously clip this back in, it was just really loose, and that's the same problem that I've got with this on this heated climate controller I showed you in the previous clip. And you can see it moves very slightly. I don't think it's going to cause us an issue, but I'm going to fix that because that will definitely annoy me. So yeah, that's all bolted in. So now let's try and start the car and move it and see what happens. So we've started the car, all lights have come on, gone off, apart from the airbag light. I know what that, oh, it's gone back off. Okay, so now we've moved the seat back. I'm going to show you guys actually what the wire is for that in a second, because there's a wire under the seat, and basically I just moved the seat forward, but I know the wire what it is because I've seen the common problem before. So anyway, let's press OK. That's all done. Right, that's all come up. And now, thank God for that. So we've got park, we've got reverse, we've got neutral, we've got drive. So that is exactly what we need. So I'm just going to just quickly go backwards slightly on my driveway. And yeah, we're moving. We are moving. And now brake, back into drive. Oh my God, this is perfect. Now, what I will say to you guys is, if you have this problem, you've got to go and check these guys out. It's kgautoelectronics.com. I'm going to insert the video clip now of him repairing the item, and he has done an amazing job. I sent this out, special delivery, probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. He got it about 11 AM the following day. So yeah, about 12:30 in the afternoon, he actually messaged me and said, your item's all done, it's all repaired, here's the video, and I'm going to send it back today. And I was like, wow, amazing. Literally by, I think it was 12:30 the following day, I had the item back. Now, I've only just fitted it today because the item was at home, sorry, the car was at home, obviously the item was at work, but wow, what a turnaround. Like, literally, you don't get that these days. So definitely check out kgautoelectronics.com. I'm going to put their link in the description. Their communication has been spot on, and they're a reasonable price as well. I literally cannot recommend them enough. They are so quick, so good, and they've saved me an absolute fortune. Now, one of these, brand new from Land Rover, is £900. Yep, £900. Now, this, depending on what the faults are, because obviously sometimes it can be slightly different to the other, it can be between £80 and £140 for this unit to be repaired. So that is a complete, massive and huge saving. So I cannot thank you, KG Auto Electronics, enough. Honestly, go and check them out. Thank you guys. Now, another thing I will mention is just here, I've created this little mark. Now that should come out with heat over time. It's just where I've rested it on something, which is annoying. I've actually, well, rested something on top of it, and it's just caught it, but it's not actually marked. It just needs a little bit of heat. That will massage out eventually with the heat. And other than that, and that little screw there, everything went perfect. Everything's working well. So yeah, can't complain. The next step is have a look at the loom. I'm going to show you guys that for the airbag, and then the following video after that will hopefully be life on actually owning a Range Rover. So with this, you have to put the driver's seat right forward and get right underneath this seat, and you see these looms here, this here and the same as this one here. These wires, they get caught up in when you're moving the seat backwards and forwards. They get caught up and they can actually get tangled in the seat bit, and that causes to crush the wire, which puts the airbag light on. So you just want to pull the wires away. Obviously, if there is an issue, you need to fix it, but that's what the problem is. They get stuck literally just under there. They're on the right hand side from the back seat view, and yeah, they're the ones for the airbag. So guys, I am literally super happy. The car is back on the road thanks to KG Auto Electronics, and not too bad of a job. I literally just done it with a basic little tool set. You can do it on your driveway. So if this did help you, or if the previous how-to guide on how to remove that did help you, and you did like this video, please give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe to the channel. That is a huge, massive help to this channel that you don't understand. That means we can add more videos to the channel, more how-to guides, more life in the motor trade. Whatever you want, give us a comment. We can do our best to get videos out there for you. The next one's going to be more Range Rover content, so keep tuned, keep watching, and we'll see you on the next one. See you later.